Yo, 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 what's up, every single one of you? How everyone is feeling today? Welcome everyone to another live stream. Excited to see you all today. Full stack, how you doing? Mantala, how you doing? Nice to see you, F. Barrento. What's up, dude? It's been a while. 373323, how you doing, dude? You were not the first, but thank you so much for trying out, all right? How everyone is feeling today? Welcome everyone to another live stream. Excited to see you all. Excited for today's live stream as well. How we feeling? We're feeling good, dude. We're feeling very, very good. By the way, Laravel Live Dinamark is literally happening as we speak, okay? As we speak. How long your stream? 2 hours at least. Minimum, okay? Minimum, because today we have a lot of stuff to do, chat. A lot of stuff to do. Okay, so updates. Mega updates. All right, I actually have two exciting news, okay? Exciting news number one. Pat got renamed to Porto. What do you guys think about Porto? I like it better. So basically, like at Laravel, we were just discussing this stuff. And apparently, like, Pat is too close to past PHP. Therefore, I think I should just give it another name and we go with Porto. What do you guys think about Porto? Is Porto a good one? Also, you think hard, right? What do you mean? What do you mean? But what do you think about Porto, chat? W Porto? Are we down with Porto? What do you guys think? I like the name, okay? I like the name. I think the name is sexy. Once you start using it on the terminal, Porto seems something I would type myself, you know what I mean? Boo, 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 boo. So we go with Porto, chat. We go with Porto. So what is this project? Very good question, Josh. Very good question. Samuel from TikTok, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Excited to have you here. So for those who don't know, we are literally fixing PHP on this live stream. And the goal of Porto is literally fix all the supply chain attacks on the PHP industry, okay? This will be the most viral tool you are going to see in 2026. So what is Porto about? Porto is something you just type composer require nunomaduro porto -- dev, and from that moment, every single time you type composer update, Composer will tell you if you agree with the changes that are going to be in your vendor directory, okay? So here, for example, you type composer update. This will literally tell you, wait a second, Paint have new changes that are going to your vendor directory. Those are the changes. Do you agree with them? If you say yes, the composer update will proceed and move forward, okay? So that's literally what this project is about. It's about having you reviewing every single thing before going to your vendor directory. And that is, this is not new. That is Cargo Vet. On Go, they have also this as well. Everyone uses this on different languages, but on PHP, we don't have this. So welcome to Porto. This is what Porto is about. Okay. How many programming languages do you know, bro? Well, professionally, I've worked with Rust, with JavaScript a lot, with Python as well, Ruby as well. Only install Laravel packages, LOL. Well, that's the thing, you end up installing a lot of stuff that you don't control, you know what I mean? Like, here is one example. You might be using Carbon doctrine types without even knowing it. And, you type composer update, you get a new version just that looks like this, and you want to kind of validate what is inside. So that's the goal. In the case of the hacker, he hacks one of the vendor packages. You can literally just go there and validate what's coming to your vendor directory, okay? This is what this package is about, my friends. Now, there is exciting news about this. First exciting news, we are moving from Pet to Porto. That's the first thing. Second exciting news, I have proposed to Taylor to move this to the Laravel organization, okay? So, due to the importance of this package and how mainstream you have the potential to be, I do think it's important to be on the Laravel organization. So, it just becomes like with a stamp since day one, you know what I mean? And that's what I want. And so potentially, like, depending of the decision of Taylor, we may have Laravel Porto tomorrow, or we keep with nunomaduro Porto anyways. We'll be successful regardless, but I think it would be better within the Laravel organization. That's what I think. Josh is saying the following: how about hooking into socket security and make sure we are not installing anything already compromised? Can you elaborate a little bit? Because we already have Composer with, Composer already does some checks once something gets tagged. So they use socket security, I think, even. Aikido. They may use Aikido. I don't know. They use one of the both. Either Aikido or socket security. That's the thing, that's one layer of security, but it's not everything. So that's probably where Porto was going to hook into, Anyways, welcome everyone. So this is what this project is about. Before we dive into further, the goal of today's live stream is check the to-do and move forward, okay? So we need to review every single decision, options, API, and everything. Then we review the README. Then we review the test suite, which I have already made some work on. Okay, the test suite now has some what I like to call feature testing. So a bunch of little projects right here where we are running. And on these projects, we are actually running Porto on them, okay? I also want to review code a little bit with you guys, make sure the code is clean and, it's classy and slick. So we are going to do that together, okay? But before we dive into all of this stuff, of course, we need to say thanks to our sponsors, starting with a new sponsor, Native PHP Chat. And you guys know how fan I am of Native PHP. They are doing an incredible job, especially with the mobile version V4 right now, which is super, super fast. I kind of want to do a video about them and also actually retry them on live stream because we tried them before, but I know with the version V4, Native PHP is much better, okay? So check them out, nativephp.com. Also, bentonow.com, the most cheap provider for emailing you can ever find on the PHP ecosystem. Check them out, all right? bentonow.com. SERP API, if you want to have some nice Google search as APIs, they're absolutely awesome. Check them out. TypeSense, if you want to have some search that works as expected, all right? TypeSense are the best search engine in the entire planet. JetBrains.com, of course, the best company in the world behind the best editor in the planet, PHP Storm. Okay, for PHP development, PHP Storm is the best. RedBerry.International, the best digital agency to work with Vue.js and Laravel applications. There are Laravel partners as well. Check them out if you haven't already. CodeRabbit.ai, if you want to have some nice AI that reviews your code through pull requests, check them out. By the way, they also have shipped recently CodeRabbit Security, which is something really cool. You probably should check that out as well. We're done with sponsors. Do we have any news? Do we have any news? Just by the way, one of the things I have discovered recently is that a lot of people are literally copy projects using Cloud Code. That's still copying, okay? That's still copying, okay? Okay, so a few questions from the chat. Josh Mather is saying the following. Porto says, do you want to install this, right? Yeah, basically Porto will give you the diff and you decide if you want to move forward with that diff or not. That's it. Okay, 373323 is saying the following. Yeah, so the dev won't work, something is compromised. So Porto should only ask if there is a doubt package that might be compromised. Well, the dev will have the opportunity to check the diff of the contents going to the vendor directory. So he will be able to analyze not only the dev, but AI tools as well. So you can literally tell your AI, just run Porto audit, and the AI will tell you if something is, if something got hacked or not. You know what I mean? Bento on. Bento is dope. We love Bento here. Francisco Del Pablo is saying the following. What does the package does? So again, Porto is a dependency audit for PHP development. It does what Cargo Vet does for the Rust world. You type composer update and you have some nice diff that will be able to tell you if you should or should not have this on your vendor directory. Okay, chat, let's move forward, chat. We need to get some work done, okay? Okay, by the way, welcome everyone. Silva, are you Portuguese? Yes, I am. Porto is a city, that's the goal. Porto is a beautiful city, so it's probably why I've choose that name. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Past PHP just crossed 80 million downloads, which is pretty cool. What else? I think that's it. Ooh, this one is interesting. Did you guys know that 2 different servers may have 2 different dates on the exact same moment, even if they are using the same time zone? That's interesting and something to keep in mind, okay? Do not ever rely on the clock of different servers on distributed systems, okay? Something very important to keep in mind. Some nice refactor on Laravel, and that's it. Let's move forward, chat. Let's move forward. What else? 30K subscribers on my YouTube channel. Really cool stuff. If you want to have some nice goodies in your terminal, make sure you type this, okay? Very, 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 very important. Welcome, Puyapal. How you doing? Nice to see you, dude. All right, we're done here. What I want to do, though, I want to type Composer Update. That's the first thing I want to type, okay? Composer Update, get the latest and the greatest. This should actually already fail with Porto. You see, chat? You see, Porto running on Porto. A very important thing is that you dog food your own shit. You know what I mean? So what else we have here? So Porto ran and detected that we are about to download a new version of Mockery. We went from version 14 to 15. And the changes are really simple. Apparently, we are getting only the small changes here, okay? That's a very, very easy, cool stuff. So what we're going to do is type Porto trust. And if I do this, I will trust on a new version of Mockery. And now I should be able to type Composer Update. This is literally what Porto is about, okay? 6-7, okay? 6-7. Marek, how you doing? Nice to see you, dude. Puyapal have published some Pinkery updates. That's awesome. Sylvie saying the following. I cannot notice your Portuguese accent. Oh, interesting. Well, I do speak a bunch English, you know what I mean? With my colleagues on stream, so after a while, you just get used to it. That's it, you know? Git status, what we have here. So we have a few changes on the composer log and porto.json, all of them expected. Git commit -m and sure updates Porto. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Easily saying the following. Hello, man. I started learn PHP. What do you recommend? You have laracas.com/path. That's probably what I recommend you. Okay. Welcome everyone from TikTok. You guys are awesome of being on that side. People is saying I cannot see you live on YouTube. What do you mean? YouTube, are we okay? Everyone on YouTube typing W if the live stream is okay on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, we continue on Pet, which now is not called it Pet. It's called it Porto, man. Now it's called it Porto. That's the name. That's the name of this package. Yeah, YouTube is live. Okay, we're good. We're good, chat. All right, let's work a little bit on code review. Okay, let's work a little bit on code review today. Okay. Work a little bit on code review. I think I want to do some code review today, okay? So under commands, we have audit command. We have this abstract class for some reason. Oh, to change a little bit the formatters behind the scenes. I'm okay with that. In general, I'm not a big fan of abstract classes. Abstract classes are bad, by the way. Are bad by design. But on this case, I'm kind of okay with it. I don't have a choice, so. CVT Bao, thank you for the tier 1 on Twitch, dude. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. 19 months already. 18 months in a row, dude. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. So what is preview? Oh, preview, it's what now gets used by Composer. Okay, I like this. So let's go back here. Handle int, fully typed, good stuff here. We get the package, which is a string argument. What is this? We don't need this, okay? We absolutely don't need this. I assume we also don't need this. This is bullshit. Okay, we can do much better than this. What we are going to do is actually do that, exactly. Option from, in this may or not be, what we have here? Oh, we just have everything? Oh, okay. Well, can we do this? Does this work though? If I do, is either null or string? Would this make PHP Stan happy? Because then I would be happy. Let's actually just fix all the way top first the string option bucket. Okay. Okay. I'm going to grab the bucket real quick. My small bucket. And I can just type this is argument, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Oh, is an option or argument? Is an option. Okay. So I can just do this again. Good stuff, my friend. How about PHP? Are you happy, PHP Stan? That's the question. Because if PHP Stan is not happy, why Porto? Why not? What do you think about Porto, though? You think it's a good name? W Porto? What do you think? What do you think about TDD? I don't know, man. I was a big fan in the past. Not anymore. Not a big fan anymore. Okay. We don't have Ghostly. 1 second, chat. We don't have Ghostly. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let's open Pet here. I'm just opening my terminal real quick and making sure I don't leak anything, which is important. Okay, you don't want to leak stuff on stream. I'm gonna just tell you that already. Okay. Okay, so this is going here, and this is going here, and hopefully it will appear. It will not appear. Thank you. Okay, so let's do this. Terminal, bam. Show cursor. Here we go. We're back on the game, chat. We're back on the game. Claude. Danger skip permissions, which is obviously not typed like this. Do you meant? Yes, I do meant that. Yes, sir. Oh? Oh? Okay, so fix PHP Stan issues. Fix PHP Stan issues. You don't need string option. Use this instead. Basically assert is better than doing whatever you were doing. Come on, Cloud Code, help me out. Yep, no leaking. Leaking no good. You like Pet? Well, the problem about Pet is, yeah, it's actually very close to past. You know what I mean? So we have past PHP, we have Pint PHP, and I feel like would be a little bit better to have Porto. It's just different, you know, pronunciation, everything. So we're going with Porto. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Flo, Maximus is saying, is the API starter kit coming or not? I don't even know, dude. I think it's out yet. Isn't it out yet? I think it is out. We should have a Laravel API starter kit, I think. You should check, you know, with the Laravel new. People is saying Porto is much better than Pet. Exactly. Stackmax is saying the following. I want to self-improve. That's good, dude. Thank you for subscribing. You are awesome. Shooty is saying the following. You prefer the what? What do you mean? I'm proud to choose the Porto name. Yeah, Pushback was actually behind this name. Thank you, dude. I appreciate. It's not out yet? Well, I don't know. You need to ask Adriel. Okay. Cloud Code is so slow today. Like, what the fuck? Well, anyways, this is a refactor we have to do. We don't want to have that helper. We don't need it, okay? Okay, the rest is okay. What else here? Status, audit status unknown. Why would we ever have an audit status unknown? That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. Very interesting, chat. By the way, chat, every single time you have enums, place them on the enums folder, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. Okay, I'm going to say the following. Actually, I'm going to just open and do a new tab here. Can you place any enums you may find under the enums folder? Okay. Okay, that will literally create the folder called enums, which is good. I'm going to also leverage this moment to add the suffix exceptions to every single exception. Okay, I want to just take a close look into this. Is important, chat. Okay, hear me out. If you are developing your own package, it's important that every single expectation you have comes from the same root, which is Porto exception. That's good, okay? So if the developer wants to literally catch any exception that comes from your package, you can just catch that Porto exception, okay? Everything else, you can literally just extend that, okay? That's important. Very important, chat. Very important. You like the Porto as a CTO, not as a package name. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Really sorry, man. Okay, so make sure every exception have the suffix exception. All right, so we now have enums in the same place, and we have an unknown how here. So I can do audit status unknown. Oh, is when I cannot read the bytes. Undeniably should fail, and it does actually. It displays a red message, which is good. Okay, I like it. So instead of throwing an exception, we just basically catch unknown and then we display the reason. It's okay. How you doing, Florian? Nice to see you, dude. I miss hangouting with you. Welcome to the live stream. So we have enums in the same folder. That's good. We have exceptions in the same folder, and now all of them have the suffix exception, which is good. We have the Porto exception, which is the base exception class. Let's give some nice, good space here to breathe like that, okay? I like it. I like it better. Okay, that's good. This is basically my skills file, which already added dynamic information under this parenthesis. It's important that every single one of you, every single time you write an exception, you ensure that the exception message of all of them have the same tone, okay? Not only the same tone, but the same conventions to organize dynamic information, okay? So there is two things you can do to organize dynamic informations within exceptions. The first one is giving Laravel context, of course, but if you want to have dynamic context within the message, what you should do is use these brackets right here, okay? Just like that. It's a little bit easy if you want to parse them later, basically. That's a TLDR. Oh, you ordering dinner, Florian? What are you ordering today? Which IDE I'm using? I'm using PHP Storm. Okay, let me show you. PHP Storm with Cappuccino Macchiato. I'm also using now a very good font, which if you guys don't know. Wait, what? Okay, let me fix this. This is my favorite font ever, by the way. Oh my god. What do you guys think? Do you like this one better or the previous one? Why is it complaining though? Class name does not match. Oh shit. Wait, what? Does it? Yes, it does. You're missing a composer dump. Oh, here we go. What do you guys think? Should we go with the other font or this font? I like this font better. Although undeniably probably could have a little bit of bold. Do we have bolt here? We don't. Oh, we do. Here we go. Let's go bolt. Can I do this? Yeah. You like Mona Lisa? Interesting. I'm gonna go with the nerd font for now. Just a little bit more clear for you guys, not even me. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you like it better? Well, I don't know. I'm afraid you guys cannot see it, so. By the way, chat, you know, sponsors are probably the reason behind it, but I would just want to say that I'm about to order literally 5K worth of material for my office. So new camera, new blah, 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 blah. So, you know, that is a huge problem with my camera right now, which is overeating. So if I do a stream of 8 hours, it will start eating and basically will be lag. So I will actually have to order a professional camera, which I will be using for all my streams from this point. So very happy about that. Welcome everyone, chat. Welcome everyone, by the way. So how we are with cloth coat. So this one is done. This one is still almost done. How about this one? This one is done as well. I think this is basically done. So what I will do to make sure everything is okay is type composer update, composer bump, composer lead, and then I'm going to type composer test, okay? Let's make sure we are good all the way through. By RAM for cam, what do you mean? RAM? What do you mean RAM? So I already have a lot of RAM on my laptop. The question isn't the laptop, it's the camera that overheats. Yeah, overeating is a thing that I didn't even know existed, which is kind of crazy. I want to make sure make sure on agents.md that we don't, that agents don't build the project and don't run the test suite without my permission. So basically it should run the test suite, but ask me first if the implementation is okay. I want to make sure I do this because I'm planning of doing like multiple work at the same time, and if we touch on a test suite, it will basically complain all the time. So yeah, I run composer bump after every single composer update. I just like it, you know. I just like it in general. All right, so we now have enums and exceptions. It's looking clean. Let's go back to the commands folder. The audit command was okay. I was happy with it. Are we now using assert all the time? That's important. Yes, we are. Okay, so use assert to make PHP stand happy with an untyped API, which is very good. Okay. Then we have composer gate. Composer gate. What is composer gate? I don't like this name already. So let's go here and just do this. What is composer gate? And while it's computing that, let's go back. Let's go here to the plugin. The plugin is, you know, is exactly what we expect, by the way. Okay, it's an interface by Composer that allows me to hook into the various events of Composer. Oh my God, this stuff can be written in so differently with Laravel collections, which I probably will do now. Let me see. Yeah, this could be written with a rate filter. Actually, yeah, let's just do this. So what I will do here is type operations. Okay. It's already suggesting that. It's insane. This is literally what I was about to type, okay? Do you guys find this more clear, though? Do you prefer... let's call this version A and call this version B. Do you prefer version A or version B? Everyone typing on the chat, version A or version B, okay? A or B, everyone. Zoro is saying, I've been using Past and Latastan for my projects, and I love them both. That's awesome, dude. I love them both, too. That's good. What's up, Cisse? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Version B? Oh, my God. Do you find the version B more clear? That's so interesting. I don't know. I prefer the version A. I find the version A more clear, actually. I don't care if it's faster, though, okay? I don't care actually if it's faster because we're talking about microscopic seconds, but I just find that version more clear. Okay, this finally is important. By the way, I think I know already what is gate. But I want to confirm real quick. Yep. It's basically the place where the script will be executed. Yep, here we go. Command. This should literally call a command. Yep. ANSI will make sure coloring we have on the terminal. That's good. So this is something I need to check on as well. Write plan. So this is basically the plan we are writing to, and then we run pat against the plan, and then we delete the plan. Okay, this is important to just ensure we don't have leftovers. Nice, good stuff. Good stuff, chat. By the way, chat, is literally almost weekend, you know. Tomorrow is Friday, then weekend. What are you guys working on right now? What type of projects are you guys working on right now? By the way, we have literally 100 people watching the live stream, which is awesome. Make sure you go all the way down and subscribe to the channel, okay? Something else you can do is just run this on the terminal and subscribe every single thing you see on the browser, okay? It would mean the world to me, the stars, the planets, and everything, okay? Oh, this code is so difficult to understand. It's basically every single thing we use to compute the diff, which is very hard to read. I'm going to read this later. So I'm going to go here into the to-do. And review the delta part. All right, chat. Enums. Nice. This is important, chat. Don't forget, you can have methods on enums. Very important. Which headphones I have no idea. Trying to build an AI coding factory. What is that? Can you reply a question in Portuguese? Yeah, go ahead, man. What's up? Ooh, I may found the bug, I think. Let me just confirm. Let me just confirm. On the audit status, I see this. Shouldn't unknown also fail. Okay, let's see what we have. I will be doing overtime this weekend for a project deadline. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, dude. By the way, just in general, I don't know what is your opinion, but like if you are forced to overtime, in general, that's not a good thing, man. That's a red flag, by the way. Okay. Internal help desk system. Interesting. 370 is saying, I'm building a small restaurant system with menu, food, allergies, and online payment. That's a very good app to build, man. You know, every single time you build a real world stuff, you just learn stuff, which is good. All right, let's keep going. We have bucket, which I kind of want to rename to bucket type. I feel this a little bit more clear. Okay. So we have audit status. We have bucket type, much clearer. Change status, which might be added, removed, or modified. Nice. This is for the diff. We have composer change. Composer change, which is... Oh, right. So every single time we type composer update, we might be, upgrading, downgrading. It doesn't matter. I'm going to type here composer change type. Much more clear. By the way, you see how PHP Storm is just fast with these renamings? That's really, really good stuff. Lucy is saying the following. I see that you are using Laravel, which is very complex and opinionated. I actually use Golang and Node, which is not opinionated at all. Do you think programming with AI is better with Laravel, with other ecosystems that are a little bit more vanilla? So I think in general, frameworks like frameworks like Rails, like Laravel, like Django are much better suited for AI than that frameworks that don't come with anything, just because how fast it is to build with those Laravel frameworks and how many information that is out there about these systems, Laravel authentication have literally everything you need for robust authentication. While building that with JavaScript, it would be so much time, The authentication people on JavaScript, they sell you is login and register, But that's not robust authentication. Like robust authentication involves resetting passwords, involves, so many little things that you need to deal with when you deal with authentication, like two-factor authentication, recovery codes, like all this stuff. You just get it with Laravel by default without typing any command. You know what I mean? And building all that stuff with AI would just take ages. So if the question is which one is the best one, I would say go with Laravel or any framework like Laravel. If the question is which one is less expensive, go with Laravel as well, because it's already built in. You don't have to prompt AI. Plus, if you have to prompt AI to build all this system, you will be subject to bugs as well, into your own maintenance as well. Go on Rust depends on what you are doing. So what you want to do with those languages. Yeah, for me, paying for authentication is something I would never do. Okay, I'm going to just tell you that already. Even if in the future I get sponsored by an authentication channel, I don't think I will, just difficult to accept that. But what do you think about Cloud Code and its current status? I think it's good. I mean, it just works, It will take me forever to change from Cloud Code to something else. I don't know what do you guys feel. Which AI coding models are you guys using right now? Type on the chat. I want to see. Okay, wait. This is like the other way around. I actually want to have this like this. By the way, chat, I'm literally speaking a little bit weirdly. And the reason is because I have now put it eyeliners. You see this? So basically now I have something to just align my teeth. So that's why I'm speaking a little bit weirdly. You are using Opus? Yeah, the problem about Opus is that I noticed that this week Opus 5 is slower. 100% sure slower. Yeah, use GitHub Copilot. Interesting. A lot of people using ChatGPT Soul. Okay. Yeah, open code is so dope. I love open code. I just wish it worked with as well with Cloud Code, basically. Package state. Ooh, so this is basically the current status of the... This is status. Why package state? Let me just ask real quick. So package status. Okay, what we have here? It already fails. Fails is written on the as inverse. Anything that is not covered, it fails. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Yep, I'm sorry, Cloud Code. Makes sense. Puyapal is saying the following: I'm using OpenCode, Codex, Anti-Gravity, and Grok build. I never use Grok for anything, really. I have never used Grok for anything, chat. Do you guys use Grok for anything? John Sugar is saying the following: you don't sound weird. You're probably noticing more than yourself. Oh, that's true. Cloud packages being closed is bad for the ecosystem. I won't pay them. Well, you know, at Laravel, you know, I got offered the $100 subscription, but also like I have the $100 subscription, which is the one I'm using right now, that was given by Anthropic. So, bro, just apologize to AI. Yeah, of course. Why should I not do that? Okay, let me see what he thinks about this. Renaming package status puts two status enums side by side, and that's fine. That's fine. What do you mean? Yeah, audit status, package status. That's fine. It's fine to have two status side by side. Broccoli is saying the following: Nuno, I have a Laracast Plus subscription, but I am a student. You need to ask that to Jeffrey Way, not me. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? By the way, chat. We have a lot of people watching the live stream today. It would mean the world to me if you guys subscribe my channel. All right? Literally. Oh, there is actually something. Isn't called. Wait. Yeah, just go here and subscribe my channel, chat. It would mean the world to me. The stars, the planet, and everything. Okay? Just do that if you don't mind. Okay? How to talk with Jeffrey? Just go to his Twitter, dude. What do you mean? Just go to his Twitter. That's it. All right, what do we have? Package status, much better right now. All right, next. Exceptions done. Identity, fingerprint, fingerprinter, manifest. Okay. It does feel to me that some objects here are literally just value objects, it seems to me. Don't you think? Hey, YouTube account, how you doing? Thank you so much for whatever you are giving me on Twitter. I appreciate it. On YouTube. Interesting. Yeah, this too do need to get reviewed as well. Identity in Ledger, which I'm going to do off stream because this does require a lot of attention. To do Delta, identity, and Ledger, which I'm not yet sold with the name Ledger, chat. I don't like the name Ledger. I think it's complicated, but wine. For the past 3 days, I'm suffering to add tendency for Laravel package in the filament admin panel. Why would you use multi-tenancy? It's just, you know, every single time I see, you know, in software in general, every single time someone comes, we should add multi-tenancy. I'm like, no, you should not. It's literally put yourself into pain. Don't do that. I don't know how many of you have worked with multi-tenancy, but for those who haven't, don't. This is an advice from a staff engineer at Laravel, okay? Multi-tenancy, if you are using multi-tenancy, you are setting yourself for problems. Yeah, multipass, exactly. Just don't do it. Like, people who advise you, let's do the opposite. Just try to find someone who have used multi-tenancy that have actually enjoyed multi-tenancy, okay? I'm not talking about all those folks who advise you to use multi-tenancy but have no idea what they're saying because they haven't built shit. I'm talking about people who actually have used multi-tenancy and are happy with the decision. There is none. Like 0%, okay? It's a pain in the ass, precisely. Exactly that. It's just, you know, you're setting yourself for issues. Just don't do it. Like, why would you do it? There's so many little value objects here. Like this is another one. PHP Storm, that's something weird with Pint. Okay, you can just open a pull request. Okay, I'm gonna actually split a few things here. So I'm gonna ask Cloud Code to do it, and then we may do it or not. Okay, so I'm gonna say the following: when navigating, I'm gonna actually speak to it. Okay, when navigating a little bit around the source code, I noticed that some of the files actually have verbs on it. Let's say archive fetcher or whatever. What's color was called again? This one on top, fingerprinter. There we go. Or fingerprinter. On the other hand, we have files that just all data. They are literally final read-only classes with only data inside. And it feels to me that instead of separating per concern, we should separating by types of files. So I want you to develop a plan where we are going to put all those verb files within the actions folder and the rest of the stuff within the value objects folder. Give me a plan with the source tree in the very minimal explanation, and then I will decide if I want to move forward or not. Thank you. All right, let's go with this for now. I'm gonna go in plan mode to see what he thinks about my idea and what his suggestion or implementation. Then we move forward. How do I send the clip to someone? What do you mean? How much code do you write these days by hand? I mainly don't write code anymore. I just review code. That's what I do. Review code, reorganize code. That's what I do. I don't actually type myself as much as before. You know, I think software is changing for having you guys guiding AI agents and reviewing code. That's it. Qter is saying, I've learned not to use multi-tenancy the hard way. Here we go. You see, you probably have used it, then you regretted it. Here we go. Yeah, but learning Laravel, Laracast is a very good example, chat. So you should use that. Give it a reward if you perform the tasks properly. Oh, at the end, you mean like saying, good job? Very good job. And I'm going to pet him. All right, chat. While this is working, I think I want to work on the README. It's a good idea to also have a nice README, you know what I mean? Let's go here into nunomaduro, Porto. As a reminder, we have changed the project name from Pat to Porto, and there is a likelihood, depending of the answer of Taylor. Let me see if he answered already. Not yet. Okay. Taylor is about to, it will answer me at some point if we should have this on Laravel work or not. Okay. All right. So let me see what is the current status of the README. A lot of work. We don't have a logo. By the way, if any of you wants to contribute, I would appreciate the logo. Okay, something very minimal, just a nice logo that says Porto, and that's it. Nothing else. Do you use anything else other than PHP and Laravel? What do you mean? For my daily job? Yeah, my daily job is mainly PHP right now. Any thoughts on Codex? Not fan. Is it done with the planning? Let me see. Okay, still working on it. Okay, the first thing I want to do with the README is check if it's actually up to date. Let me actually start an agent on that one. Okay, let me just go here, close this, go here, close this, go here, close this. I'm going to say the following. Can you review the README? The README and make sure is up to date. Good evening. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Like React, C# or C? Oh, good question. So I use my stack right now, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comments and write your own stack as well. What I use right now is Laravel, Inertia, React, Tailwind CSS, obviously past PHP, Vite Plus for everything on the front end, backend PHP stand, Rector PHP, past PHP, hopefully in the future Porto as well, Pint. For the front end, it's kind of more simple because Vite Plus does everything. So, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see what we have here. 11 classes are mixed. Read-only data whose static factory does work, like manifest off directory, lock off from project. Well, having a static factory is actually good on value objects. No, I don't want to split. I want to keep them in the same place. Yeah. Static factories and value objects is actually okay. Okay, what else we have? We have a couple of actions. Should the verb classes keep their present names or take imperative action names? Keep imperative. So that would be fetch arch. Yeah, I want the imperative verbs. Well, if you don't have support folders, just dissolve them. Well, what do we have on the support folder? Oh, because all this stuff will be moved to the value objects. Well, I'm going to chat about this. I'm going to say, well, keep the support folder only if it is not empty. That's it. Are you married? Yeah, I'm married. Hello, did you use E2? Yeah, in the past, I used E2 as well. Yes. I like E2. I think E2 was a good framework. Back in the days, not anymore. By the way, welcome everyone to the live stream. Excited to see you all. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is nunomaduro, PHP and Laravel developer. I love everything I do. And on this live stream, we are currently working on Porto PHP, okay? Porto PHP will be the future in terms of security in the PHP world, making sure you review every single thing going to your vendor directory, okay? Will be mainstream like Pint or past PHP. What cloud subscription do I have? I have Cloud Subscription Max. Wait, did you remove PHP 8.3 from PHP Insights? Yes, I did. Because we need to move forward with the ecosystem, okay? And supporting older versions is not a good way to do that. Since when? Who is a lucky woman? I won't tell you who is a lucky woman, but I'm married for a couple of years now. Lost some fans, LOL. Speed up the work? AI, dude. Are in PHP team as well? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, the README is being reviewed as we speak. By the way, regarding the test suite, we talked about this on a previous live stream, but I have made actually very good progress in terms of not only reviewing the test suite, but also making sure we have a lot of smoke testing and snapshot testing, okay? So we're very good over there, by the way. We're very good. I'm going to leave the improved test suite so we can add a little bit more tests, but the current test suite is very solid, actually, okay? Very, very solid, especially this features folder. It just does real-world testing with Porto, with actually a vendor directory and everything, so very happy about this. It's very rare to see PHP jobs nowadays. There is a lot of jobs, dude. Best way to build the SaaS right now? Oof. Well, again, I like Laravel. Obviously, Filament, indeed, man. Filament is good for the backend. Well, actually, I'm using Filament in all my backends right now. Admin panels, at least. AWS, depend on. I wouldn't advise AWS for every single app. You know, I wouldn't advise AWS for every single app. Very happy to see TikTok people here today. By the way, I wouldn't, thought that people on TikTok actually know PHP in Laravel, so that's good. Yeah, S3 is good. It's probably these two things good on AWS: S3 and RDS database. You just got a PHP job. That's awesome. In Germany, okay, I see. All right, so this is a very big refactor. We need to read this very carefully to see what's happening, okay? So it's moving literally every single small value object into its value object file on the value object directory. Which is good. Yeah, and I was just trying to see if every single thing here is very readable, and it is very readable, so we're chilling. One question though is, why are we calling this helpers? No good. Okay, no good. No need for the helpers folder, just place everything on the source directory. Any other remark, or that's it? So we have actions with a verb starting with. This is not a clear action name. HTTP, what does that mean? Jesus Christ. Okay. So a couple of problems here. Couple of actions have a weird naming. Again, it should start with a verb like perform or create or whatever. So maybe let's just type this. Bro, use markdown plans. I have no idea what that is, okay? But if I have no idea what that is, that's a red flag. How much tokens do you spend daily? I don't know. I've never reached the max. I've never reached the limit of my plan, so I have no idea. What do you do when I run out of tokens? I haven't ran out of tokens yet. I'm using the Cloud Code Max, and I haven't ran out of tokens. Let me see how many, the weekly limit I am right now. Let me see. So I'm going to just type here. I'm going to just open Claude, and I'm going to open the usage real quick. So current session 16%, current week 8%. And on Fable I have 0%. I'm not even using Fable. I'm using Opus all the time. Okay, using Opus all the time, and that's it. I don't use anything else. Just Opus all the time, literally. You would think that I would use Fable probably, but I don't think Fable is that good. Well, it's good, but I just think Opus is as good as Fable. That's it. Okay, it is done. So with support gone, where do classes that neither data or a single verb go? Like JSON, bytes, control save. Split them so everyone is a verb. Keep them at the root of the app. Let me see what is, for example, within bytes. Oh, this is clearly a support class. Well, let's go here again. Well, support does not need to go away. If you have a class that it's called bytes, for example, which is typically static, that typically means that the class should be on the support folder. Let me see, for example, the JSON one. JSON is just by the name, I can already see it. Yeah, here we go. Static, it just reads and returns back. Yeah. JSON is also a good example of a class that should live on the support folder. Do you consider what do you do vibe coding? No, this is agentic engineering, okay? Agentic engineering, chat. Very important. It would be very easy for me just say out loud, I'm done with this package and everyone can download it. I wouldn't feel comfortable if the craft behind it is not perfect, okay? And I think you guys should feel that way too, okay? Which is you control what is inside your project. You know exactly where things live, if you have to do something or whatever, you know what I mean? Okay, 3 engine classes are static only today, but they do real work. One example is registry zip extract or delta unified diff between. By a rule, they are support. Not exactly. Not exactly. Not exactly. So having a static method doesn't actually mean that it should belong to the support. Basically, if you have something that is minimal but used across the application, like human bytes, for example, or the JSON class that does some particular encoding, that should be live on the support folder. However, what was the examples again? However, if you have a particular task that, you know, belongs to only a place and typically does HTTP calls or interacts with the file system, that probably should already be an action. Boop, 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 boop. Mr. Puyapal in the house, of course. Why cast to float when already an int? What do you mean? Floats and ints are different things, by the way. Not fan of floats, by the way. I think floats are a code smell, but that's a topic for another day, chat. That's a topic for another day. Floats are a code smell. Typically not good. Okay, let's see what we have now. Makes them actions, exactly. So these 2 classes are going to be actions. Oh, yeah, we move the architectural testing, exactly. Cache, fresh put, HTTP, blah, 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 writes and reads for pointer system, blah, blah, blah. This should be each verb, exactly. Yes, 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 Cloud Code is understanding me. That's good. That's good, that's good. By the way, welcome everyone, chat. I love you all. Please don't forget, go all the way down on my YouTube channel and subscribe it. It would mean the world, the stars, the planet, and everything in the between if you could do that, all right, chat? Takes no... By the way, if you want to see some really nice on the terminal, just type this. Type that on your terminal and you will see. One question from Markex saying the following. Hi, Nuno. How do you set up your agentic engineering? Well, I'm actually a very simple guy when it comes to agentic engineering. I don't have any particular, you know, hardcore skill at the minute, but I'm using Cloud Code CLI, Cloud Code Opus as an agent. I like this nice reviewing tool, which is GitHub Desktop UI. I like this tool actually a lot to review exactly what I'm pushing. So that's it. I don't have anything crazy. You're doing great, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Bada boo, bada boo, bada boom. All right, let's wait for this small refactor. In fact, I'm going to actually push everything I have before that refactor, okay? So there's a bunch of work when it concerns expectations and also value objects, which is all good. Let me actually just do a small build real quick. I'm going to type pet app build. Wait, what? Oh, now it's Porto, of course. Porto app build. Package app build not present. Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? The package app build? Huh? What the fuck? Oh, I think I know what happened. The The configuration got fucked up. Yes, sir. Okay. I actually need to fix this on Laravel 0, but... Yep, here we go. All right, now it should be good. Yeah, I'll use Cloud Code, indeed. No particular skills, nothing super engineered, no. Although I'm developing, you're probably familiar with the Mat Skills, which a lot of people are using. I think a lot of people are now relying on this stuff for, for agentic engineering. I'm pretty sure it is good. I'm not yet sold by this, by this over complex skills setup. And for that reason, I'm actually building my own, so I can understand if it makes sense. It's called OatStack, and it's a work in progress right now, okay? This will be potentially very successful. I don't know yet. Roast with docs. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if Mat Skills are actually... I'm a very old, are you a very old person that to change your workflows will take a lot? I am one of those persons, okay? Basically, to stop using what I'm using, it takes a lot. Like, everyone needs to tell me it's actually super good and blah, 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 blah. Otherwise, I just don't. I like my tools, my workflows, and I don't like to live on the edge, basically, when it comes to tooling, so... But does any of you use Matplock skills, though? Because if you do, tell me if they're actually very good. That would be helpful to know. Okay, we do need to push this stuff before doing that big refactor. So let's actually do that. Okay, so I'm going to just call here code refactor, which is just that. I'm going to push this, and now I'm going to review the plan, and hopefully we'll be good. All right, so it's basically splitting all those root level files into actions, into support folder, into value objects. Let's see what we have. Audit project, build delta, build, cache, artifact, classify path. Okay, very nice. I love the naming. And support, it's basically only simple stuff. Although, like, JSON support is kind of like, what are you doing that is outside of the normal JSON stuff? Yeah, you don't need this. This is obviously AI slop, like, literally. Okay, that's very... So you don't need this. You don't need this. You don't need this. This is obviously AI slop. And this is AI slop as well. All right. So I'm going to accept this, but then we need to kind of work a little bit on the AI slop stuff. Okay. This will be a big refactor, so we'll take a little bit, chat. Okay. Daniel, how you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. So you use the grill me. Interesting. Is that GitHub Desktop? Yes, it is. I like it. To review code, I think is probably one of the best tools out there. Gives me this very nice theme, GitHub theme that I like it. Grill with docs, equally very good. Interesting. Okay. No Name is saying the following. Is this where you want to be, or have you lost the sense of direction again? Talking with Zoro. ABS is saying the following. Can we expect future Laravel AI agent with chat and voice support so we can visually navigate files and modify code exactly as instructed? I wouldn't be surprised if the future will hold, like we have been using keyboards for the last, 60 years or more. I wouldn't be surprised if the future will hold a little bit more, voice and hands and eyes, for example, for controlling your laptop. Oh, that's a piece of reference? Interesting. All right, so it's working on the big refactor. We cannot end the live stream today without working a little bit on the README, by the way. Okay, I have asked Cloud Code 20 minutes ago to clarify if the README is like up to date with the latest features and everything, so... GitHub Desktop is surprisingly better than GitHub itself. I agree with you. GitHub is facing so many issues. Did you guys saw like GitHub statues? Like if you guys go to the GitHub statues and you see the numbers, they are down again. Oh my god. Anyways, just look at this stuff right here. Like this is bad. When you start counting the number, like the actual number of minutes this represents during the day, it's actually a lot. It was 2 hours of degradation. 1 hour and 12 minutes. 2 hours and 11 minutes. It is actually insane. Oh my god. Yeah, they are struggling right now. I don't know why though. Are you tired to use a keyboard? No, I'm not. I'm just saying that people may actually use other, GitHub down again? Not really. This is like agent stuff, which I don't use. I don't know if you guys use, but I don't at least. When you go to GitHub right now, there is literally a chat box on the top, which I don't use. Some people use, I don't. You like Firecode with ligatures? I don't use it. All right, the refactor is in progress, chat. All right, so we are going to review all of this crap. So Porto, we still need a logo. Does any of you work on a logo? Let me see. Of course not. None of you worked on a logo. Well, you guys are not good, okay? Come on, chat. We need a designer to do a logo for me. SVG, a nice logo. GitHub must be ingesting a lot. Yeah, I know. That's probably the issue, I think. They got concurrency issues right now. Okay, Porto is a dependency audit for PHP. It shows you what Composer Update is about to put into the vendor directory. It lets you or your agent, and we need to literally put this under a bold, review those changes one by one before they land. That's good. So then we have a diff. Composer update carbon registry types. So here I'm going to just do this to review, and this will be the review. One package is not covered, read every change with Composer Update -v, then record them with Porto Trust. Composer olds, we don't need this warning. All right, installation, PHP 8.3, which now I think it's PHP 8.4. No, it's PHP 8.3, okay, cool. You may install Porto into your project via Composer Package Manager. Bam. By default, Porto commands are invoked using vendor bin Porto that is included in their package. Yes. The examples below call Porto for brevity, and that's it. Yep. Oh, we don't need this. Trusting your dependencies. Before Porto can show you what changed, it needs to know what it can trust today. The trust command lists every installed package with a reason. It needs an entry, records a tree on disk, and writes to porto.json ledger. Yes. Dot before vendor bin Porto. Thank you. Vibe coders are hammering their servers. Well, bots, that's for sure. Yeah, that's fixed. Thank you for the feedback. Okay. We don't need this. Once the ledger exists, by the way, does every single one of you knows what ledger means? Type on the chat W ledger if you know what ledger means. Type L ledger if you don't. El Milson, how you doing? It's been a while, dude. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Hey, Matthew Suni, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. W ledger. L ledger. L ledger. I hate the name ledger, chat. But what is your suggestion for the name? I actually don't like it either. Nobody knows exactly. We need to change this. The only people that know what is a ledger are the people who have deal with payments. That's it. Payments or Bitcoin or crypto, whatever. Everyone else, they don't know. Exactly. So we need to change this, chat. It sucks. Okay, I'm gonna talk with Cloud Code to see if we have any more like suggestion. I'm gonna say the following. The word ledger is actually a little bit complicated, and I actually don't know what it means. Oh my God. The word ledger actually is a little bit complicated and I actually don't know what it means. Okay, so that's done. I was wondering if we could use another word. Can you give me a list of 5 synonyms that are super simple to understand for the average PHP and Laravel developer? Let's see what we have. Journal, history, a book. I like maybe journal. Approvals. That's actually a very good one. Trust file. Well, trust file was actually, chat, trust file is actually a very easy to understand. Like Porto Trust generates a trust file. Or just trusted, but yeah. By the way, chat, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno. I'm a PHP and Laravel developer who works for Laravel. And what we are doing today is literally bringing cargo vet from the Rust world to the PHP ecosystem. So if you type composer update, which is the equivalent of npm update, literally I will ask you, do you actually want to put this in your vendor? The changes are this ones. Do you want to actually do it? Blah, blah, blah. I like trusted or trust file. I like trust file. By the way, this don't actually get seen on the people's is application as the file is called porto.json. So trust file, I like it. I'm going to say the following. I like trust file. So trust file for code, and that's it. And literally rename every single appearance of ledger to trust file. All right, work in progress, chat. I generated a couple of logos. Where should I put them? Well, first of all, you need to have a SVG. Once you have an SVG, you can create a GitHub issue or a pull request. Anything works. So if you don't have the repo, let me send it to you. It's open source, so everyone can contribute, okay? By the way, chat, if any of you is new to open source, well, now with Cloud Code is a little bit more easy, but I would advise you to literally contribute to this project, okay? This project will have an impact on the open source world, on the PHP ecosystem, so you can be part of it, literally. Just come here, just check this out, check the README, check other stuff, try to contribute with your ideas. I'm pretty sure they will be helpful, okay? Are you using a regular voice to text? Yes, I am. So in case you don't know, with Cloud Code, you can type space. And if you press space and hold it, you can actually speak to the terminal. That's what I'm using right now. There is still a big refactoring progress regarding reorganized things. Oh, actually it's done. Okay, that's good. Now we are just changing the ledger name to trust file. While this is happening, let's keep working on the README. Okay, so the README will get this renamed, the ledger thing, which is good. Once the trust file exists, run audit command whatever you want to know where you stand. It reports the packages that have no entry on the trust file, the packages who have contents changed, the versions that composer.lock names in vendor does not hold yet. Yeah. In the trees in vendor that disagree with composer lock. This is too much. I have no entry, and that's it. Yep. Port the audit. And I think we can have just this. Here we go. Okay, one question here from the chat. What do you think about a Laravel package that supports .env files per environment and that can be committed or git ignored for credentials like Symfony has? I'm not familiar with that way of doing environment variables on Symfony, you know? I remember trying Symfony a couple months ago, and I found it confusing in terms of environment variables because it differs a little bit from Laravel. So I would have to check that out. Okay, I appreciate the question, but I have no idea what the answer is. And we don't need this. Yep, good stuff. Good stuff. Changes arriving in 4 buckets. Worst first. The install manifest. We don't need any of this. Diff in my read 1 bucket at a time using the bucket option. Yeah, I don't want to document this bucket option. I'm gonna actually remove all of this. Recording a review. When the review is done, record it. You may pass every package you have reviewed to the trust command, which shows the delta. We don't need this unless we don't talk about trust before, which I think I do. Yeah, here we go. We don't need this. Previewing update. You may read the review before you take the update. The preview command asks Composer what is the next Composer update would do. Fetches both sides of every version that moves from packages and shows you the delta. We also don't need this. Here we go. Next, run on every update. Porto ships as a Composer plugin, so the audit runs by itself before Composer writes a single file. Composer asks you to trust the plugin. Oh, okay. This is all expected. We don't need any of this crap. Well, do we? Yeah, we don't. Composer update will literally ask you for this. There's so many iSlop here. Jesus Christ. Yep, we don't need any of this. We don't need any of this. No. Available commands. We don't need any of this. The trust file. The trust file lives on portal.json at the root of your project next to the compose.json. You should commit it. It holds an entry for every package. A package you reviewed in the hash, the tree you reviewed. Yes, that's good. The package are ordered and each entry is 2 lines. So the git diff and the composer update itself. We don't need this. Or at least this. The hash covers every entry. This is literally what we just spoke about. We don't need this. Continuous integration. Because Porto audit exists with non-zero status code. Continuous integration. Because Porto audit exists with non-zero status code while a package is unread, you may add it to your test script of your project. No, we don't need this. Because it will run on Composer install. Right. Okay, so I will ask Cloud Code to adjust this. Can you go to the readme.md and clarify the continuous integration section? Because I feel like if we add a Composer plugin that will run automatically on Composer Update and Composer Install, the continuous integration part should be clarified as something that is simple, as Composer Install will run Porto by default. And just for your information, you might want to clarify if we are actually running on Composer Install, just to be sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Cloud Code is working. Meanwhile, this refactor is done as well. So all these little files that existed everywhere got translated into actions and to value objects. Here we go. No more support folder, no more Delta folder. Okay, so I'm going to just type sure refactor to value objects and actions. Bam, chat. Bam, 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 bam. Always stay polite. Yes, sir. Okay, to audit where dependencies, whatever new code is pushed to GitHub, create... No, we don't need any of this. Oh my God. Wait, what? Did he wrote already? He did, because I literally cleaned everything before, right? No, he did not. Okay, well, that's good. One question from the chat. Do you have any clients who are still using the older version of Laravel, such as Laravel 7? So with Laravel, we don't actually deal with clients ourselves. But yeah, pretty sure some users are using old versions of Laravel. How do you approach upgrading it? Well, I would just... Well, if that was me, the first thing I do when I'm upgrading an older version of anything, you know, PHP, front end, back end, when I'm updating something from an older version to a new, the first thing I do is ensure that I have a very good test suite. Okay, so you want to test all your existing behavior, making sure you cover every specific use case, browser testing. You know, you add tests that are covering the most used cases, the most important ones, especially with dealing with money. And once you do that, then the second step is make sure you upgrade your source code. And you can do that using AI right now if you want to. Once you do that, then you have the test that will make sure that the new code will still pass and be the old behavior through the test. So that's what I would do. You know what I mean? That's what I would do myself, but I don't know. Let me know how would you tackle this though? That's what I would do it. Okay. A lot of people speaking about Whisper Flow. I haven't used before, so I have no idea what it is. I know it. You know, it's a voice service, I assume, but I have not used it. Let me just Google real quick. Whisperflow.ai. Oh, okay. I think it's Aaron Francis that uses something like this. I'm assuming you are selling a voice prompter. I'm not selling anything. Mr. Pipal is saying the following. Are we dropping old Laravel versions from packages already or looking for some solutions? What do you mean? What do you mean? What is he doing right now? By the way, chat, we are writing the README of this project, and after that, well, I'm be done with the stream. I'm gonna have food with family. Make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel, okay? Make sure you do that. CI fails because Laravel 11 is out of end of life. Oh, interesting. You didn't know that Composer didn't allow to install that. I also have an accent, and to be fair, Cloud Code does miss some translation sometimes, you know? Okay, I can close this. I can close this. I can close this. This can be closed as well. I have little no idea what Composer is doing. Okay, Porto runs on Composer install. Okay, that's good. Did you change the README? You did. Okay, let me read this. Continuous integration. Your build audits your dependencies in the moment it installs them. Composer ships as a Porto ships as a Composer plugin, and the plugin runs an audit every Composer install, and again before a Composer update. No step to be added. Two things need to be on repository for that hold. The first is the trust. Okay, we don't need any of this shit, and we don't need any of this, and any of this. Okay. This is good, and the license as well. Done. Okay, we made progress today. It's obviously, you know, work in progress, but we made progress today. Nice. Much more clean as well. I like it. How much do you pay in token costs? I have no idea. I have the max plan of Cloud Code. Where are the likes? Well, honestly, I don't care about the likes because the live streams are going to be private anyway on YouTube. But I do care if you guys subscribe, okay? Everyone subscribe my YouTube channel. This tool looks great. Which one of them? Oh, the Whisper Flow? Interesting. 20x from Claude, exactly. All right, chat. So I'm going to leave you guys with the GitHub repo. Again, you can contribute. As a reminder, we changed the project name from Pet to Porto, and I'm currently in the conversations with Taylor if we can have this under the Laravel organization, because I really want the launch to be a little bit viral and everything, so it would be cool to have this under the Laravel umbrella. Let's see if we can do that, okay? I'm going to probably have the answer by tomorrow on this topic. After that, we're going to continue to work on the project. We're making progress, still stuff to do. I want to test this stuff on real world projects, like Laravel Cloud, but also other projects that we may use that are big. And, if we continue to make progress, I think by the end of next week, this should be out. And I want to make a video, I want to make a marketing video, and I have nice documentation. Will be a nice lunch. Okay? Chat, that's it for today's live stream. Don't forget, go all the way down, subscribe to the channel before you guys leave. Let's raid someone on Twitch. Let's raid someone on Twitch, chat. Bada boo, bada boo, bada boom. Adios, Albison. Adios. Raid the channel. Who is online right now? Oh, you guys love live vibe coding? I'm going to send you to BridgeMine AI, which is someone who is doing a lot of agentic development. Okay? All right, chat. That's it. Love you all, man. Catch you guys next time. Peace out. Boo!